So you're first going to log in. They're going to have access to this page with a login and password, and it will take you to a dashboard. The dashboard is pretty simplified right now because there is nothing in it. I haven't done any sends. I kind of wanted to show the setup. So you have, you can see the account settings, the team management, the domain, API sessions, bounce, and the sending settings. The first thing you want to do is you want to set up the domain names. So you're going to put the domain name in and you're going to verify it. Once it is verified successfully, you'll be able to add in new emails. And then you can add up to 5 people for each account. So once you get the emails added in, they need to be verified. So I'm going to add in one more email here. Right now, those 2 trash cans show that those 2 have already been verified. And now this one shows it needs to be verified. So that's adding one in, and then I'm going to go check email and then just verify my email. And then go back to the screen and you'll see that at this point, the email now shows that it's verified as soon as we get over to domains. So once all of the accounts have been verified, you need to set up the domain. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in all of the settings. You're going to want to go into, to do this, you want to go into your control panel, into your DNS settings. And there's a video on this, so it helps as well. These codes tell you exactly what to put in. So on the video, it tells you if it needs to be a text or a CNAME, whatever it is. And then the codes are already put out for you. So all you have to do is cut and paste. Pretty simplified. If you don't know how to do it, I'm sure our team can walk you through it. So, and basically, it's funny, Eric, I'm making this for you right now, so I'll kind of just like talk normally, but I can cut portions out of this and make it a better video. But basically, what we're doing is, that was adding in the SPF, and you want to do that for all 3 of them. So for the DKIM, the DMARC, and the SPF. And then once that is all done, you go through, and I put something wrong in here, but you go through and you hit verify, and then it becomes green. So the X that we saw across the board, those should all be green check marks to show you that every part of your domain has been validated. So once I go ahead and, I don't know what I did here, but I added something wrong in the record. So I'm going to do it again and then verify. And now it came back fine. So emails have been added. That's been verified. Everything's checked off and we're good to go. So this is self-explanatory because you've worked off of domains priced right and setting up your email, but you're basically setting up your SMTP. You don't even need to have this. I can explain that later in the PowerPoint, but if you want to run off your SMTP, then you want to set this up. I'm running off of the Xmails Pro. So once you set that up, you can test the email, and you always want to test it by sending it to yourself for some reason. I don't know why, but go figure. Send it to yourself. Once it verifies, you can go ahead and just save it, and you're good to go on that. You're gonna love the features. I'm telling you, these are some pretty awesome things. So, okay, this is web forms. So, taking you into web forms, I'm going to show you the templates that are available. These are the ones I was telling you are already set up. So, even though it's templated out and it looks like it's for, sporting goods or, maybe for a hair salon, these are 100% adjustable. So, basically, I'm working on a slate that can be changed completely. They don't keep anything on it. So, they're giving you ideas. But I don't want you to think that the templates can't be changed, because every part of them can be changed. So let me walk you through this. What I'm doing right now is I'm basically changing over the font, the colors, showing you how easy and simplified it is. Right now I can add in, I went to the settings on the left and it's allowing me to choose fields, and as you can see it's adding in new boxes where it's asking for more information. This again is a lead generating form, so this would fall into place where, say my what's the name of this? Hold up. My traffic jam report. 10 tips to help you stay clear of the social media traffic jam. So say that everybody that attends this that doesn't want to buy, I'd still be willing to offer them some good tips on how to stay ahead of the game in social media, which still falls along the same lines. That would be like one of these forms. So all they'd have to do is put in like their name and email, and it generates that. The coolest part of these is that I'll show you afterwards about the URL. But the box, as you can tell, I changed the box color and the font. It's telling me that there's an error because I chose a default custom page or a thank you custom page, and I didn't make one. So I'm going to go ahead and put default. So then you get to choose which list you want to send it to, and then when you hit publish, this is what you get. So they give you the JavaScript code. You can put that in there, or you can just host your own link, which I told you. Here it is right here. It just comes up on any web browser as its own standalone form, squeeze page type thing, and then all 3 types of URLs. So right here, I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. It's super easy to add and delete stuff all the time, even with users. So I'm going to show you along the way how you kind of delete stuff. This is setting up, what did I do, an email here? Hold on one second. Let me put this book back. Sorry. So the ebook, though, talk to me about that, because I want to offer it maybe as one of the resources. Basically, I told you, see how it says XMail's SMTP? That's the SMTP it's sending it from. So it's not using mine. And the coolest part about that is they don't need a domain. They don't need hosting. They don't need anything. If they use the lead generating pages in here, it has everything built in it. It's super awesome. So this is all the person would ever need anyway. These are all the templates that they have already built out. They have webinar templates. They have text templates. They have, you could tell every design you could possibly think of. And again, everything is interchangeable. So there's no, you don't have to keep this lady here at all. You can turn that lady into a computer, which I think I turned one of the icons into something when I was playing around with it earlier. The only thing I haven't figured out to do, and I don't know how it comes out because I haven't sent one yet, is the logo. Excuse me. The logo appears to be extremely small, and I don't see an opportunity to change that. I have put a message into the web developer, and I asked if that is an option, because I know it's normally just like a text logo, but if we want to put a logo. Anyway, so even on this form, as you can see, everything is interchangeable, and if you say you want to take portions of this off, you don't even want to have it on there at all. On the settings over in the left hand side, I'll show you in a minute, but the settings on the left hand side, you can actually just delete any of the elements on this sheet. So right here, you can hide the logo, you can take away the navigation bar, the text message, whatever you want. This is also where you'll be able to click and highlight the pictures and change them to, you know, you could take out the whole, so say you have 4 things you want to advertise and then you sell out, you want to delete one, go for it. And again, we don't know what niche this is going to sell in. We just know that depending on who we're talking to, this is interchangeable. No matter what you want to do with it, you could do it. You could put a house in the back. You can put an attorney law firm office in the back. It doesn't matter what you do. Because again, in a way, you're just starting with the white slate anyway. So this is where I was just showing you that you can change it out. Now, if you notice, she was larger and then she turned small. Again, I'm looking into that. I don't want you to think there aren't any issues. That's one, but I don't think that's a huge big deal right now. Not compared to what the whole system does as a whole anyway. But once you have the whole thing set up, You can save it and then you can send it, or you can save it as a draft. Right now I'm going to go ahead and save it as a draft. And then I'll show you how you can send it. But really what I'm doing is I'm scheduling the send. So you're going to go in, you're going to pick out which list you want it to go to. If you've tagged anybody and you only want it to go to a certain tagged group, you're going to put it in there. And then you're going to click OK. And when you go to send, it's going to ask you if you want to send immediately or schedule. You're going to want to go ahead and schedule. And then I save this as a draft, but you can, obviously go forward and schedule it. So the next thing I want to touch on is the leads. So how to add a list and your contacts, which is honestly, it's exactly like any other CRM, to be quite honest with you. So you can upload them from a file, and they take CSV, XLS, they take most of them, it says right there, XLS, XLSX, and CSV files. So I just have a sample one I'm going to load to show you. Super simple. You can enter tags here if you want to. Make sure you click you have permission, because it will stop you if you don't click the have permission. And then once you get done adding your tags, go ahead and click next, and it's going to ask you to go ahead and you're going to, what do you call it? Map. Sorry, you're going to map these guys. So if the field is not in there that you need, you just go to add a new field. Type in the name of the field you want, the type of field it is, and then add it. Now we have a names list that we can pull from. So we want to put name, obviously website. This is their telephone number, and then this is their email address. Once you click next, it'll take just a minute. If you have a really big list, it will take a lot longer. So it waits, you have to wait for it. If you didn't see what I just did there, I uploaded, and then it just uploaded 4 contacts is what it did. So one at a time. One at a time is simple. You just enter an email address. If you want to enter any tags, you enter the tags. And then if you have permission, if you have more information on this lead, I'll show you how to enter that later. So once you have your demo, once you have the information in there, it takes you to the next page where you map it to the correct list. This one was demo list, and now it's done. This one is if you want to cut and paste them out of a worksheet, then you would go ahead and capture all of your emails and just copy them and paste them right into the platform, and then tag it again if you have any if you have permission to add the lead, and then hit next. It's going to ask you again to link it to which list you want, and then add. I only have one list, so that's pretty simple. But with you'll probably have 15 or 20 lists. So anyway, that's how you add leads. So once you've added leads, you could do it before or after, but you want to have a list. So basically the list is extremely simple. It's going to ask you to give it a name, and then once you add a name, you just add leads. That's all. I mean, that's all you have to do is press add leads. So this is cool. If you notice what this just did right now, it merged your leads, so it took away all of the bad emails and only kept the good emails. So it basically just cleaned your database is what it did. I got to catch up here. So what I'm doing now is if you went over to leads, into all leads, and hit the I, it allows you to come in here. I'm sorry, hit the pencil. Allows you to come in and edit. So the email address you just entered, you can add in all the additional information. And then if these are in a group or you just want to export, you can do it one by one or by group, and it gives you the Excel spreadsheet with the information. This is all really self-explanatory with you and I, because you've done it in the past, most of it anyway. To add a custom field, I went to leads, add custom field. This popped up. I get to name it, put what it is, and then the next time I go into my leads, I'll see on the drop down menu or on the list of things to enter that now there's a place for me to enter the last notes on the account. So what was the last action that happened? That's how I was telling you, you can use it as a CRM easily, because you can add as many fields as you want. So this is a kind of cool feature, but you can't add a picture. That's interesting. I noticed that, so I thought I would tell you that.